Hi. So I decided to make a video about my recent gynecology visit here in Japan. It was a little bit different. Oh, it was different than what I'm used to experiencing in Canada. So I thought I'd make a little video about it to let anyone who's curious know. And if you're in Japan and you have lady parts and you need to go to a gynecologist, you will know at least a little bit what to expect. Please keep in mind, this is my experience. I haven't been to every gynecology clinic in the country. I've been to one, and yeah, it could vary. I don't know. This is just what I experienced, and I'm going to tell you. So, I wasn't sure where to go, so I emailed the company I work for, and they told me what clinic to go to. So I go to the clinic, and I had to fill out this paperwork, a very long form full of questions, all in Japanese. Luckily, I had Google Translate on my phone. Some of the questions were pretty standard. Are you pregnant? Are you doing drugs? Is there any medication you're on? That sort of thing. Some of them were a little odd. They wanted to know when I first got my period. Like, first, and I don't remember how old I was when I first got my period. But anyway, I guessed, and I'm sure it doesn't really matter. So after that, I got a little card with my info on it, just like a health card sort of thing. So when I go to that clinic, all my information's there and my number. And in the lobby, there's a little TV screen, and it has your number on it and lets you know where you are on the list of who gets to go in next. Because it's a very busy clinic, and the wait can be quite long. So I'm sitting there waiting for my number to come up, and there's two different rooms, so it tells you which room you go to. So my number comes up, finally, after waiting for about an hour, because it was during their walk-in hours. I didn't have an appointment. So I go in, and the doctor's very nice. He doesn't speak English really, but like lots of doctors here, they know a little bit of English. They know, especially medical terms they know in English. So that was useful. So I go in, and he asks me what's wrong, and I do my best to explain it to him. And then he's like, all right, we're going to do an exam. Go into the next room. So at this point, they're going to do a pap test, the standard, like, duck lips, open up, we'll check you out. So I have to go into the next room, where I'm in a tiny, very, very tiny curtained off area. I'm told, of course, to remove my everything from the waist down, standard, except for the slippers. I had to put the slippers back on. And then they gave me a towel. So once I'm done that, they ushered me through the curtain into this other small curtained room with a chair that, as one of my friends described it, the space chair. So it's this really odd looking chair. It's not laying down like it is back in Canada. You're in a chair, and you have the towel over your lap, and you take your slippers off at this point. So the nurse at that point is helping me, and you have to spread your legs and put them in these stirrups in the chair. So you're sitting with your legs spread in, with your calves in stirrup type things. And then the chair starts lifting up, which was odd. I didn't really expect that. So the chair's lifting up, and then suddenly the chair's also leaning back. So you're kind of like going up and back at the same time. And so you're just sitting there with, the towel, but mostly exposed. And then suddenly the nurse said something, I can't recall what it was. It was a warning of some sort, and the seat of the chair drops open. Not enough for you to fall out of the chair, but enough for the doctor to get a good view of everything. Now, so that you're not embarrassed, there's a curtain high enough up. When you're up high enough in the chair, there's a curtain that comes down from the ceiling to about here on you. So you cannot see the doctor. The doctor cannot see you. So you're saved embarrassment. But I can tell there's people walking around on the other side, but they don't know who I am. They can't see my face. So the doctor comes in, and since he can't see my face, he has to confirm that's me. So he asks, is that you? Yes, that's me. And he does the standard pap test, and then the seat lifts back up, and you're lowered back down again, and it's all good. And then you put on your clothes and go back to the next room to talk to the doctor again. So at that point, the doctor told me I had to come back in a week to get the results of the test, the pap test. So that's fine. So I had to leave and make an appointment for the following week on this like touch screen in the lobby. No problem. And had to pay. I'm not used to paying, and this is relevant later in the story. So, in Canada, we don't pay at the doctor. We go see the doctor, and then we leave. Anyway, I came back the following week to see the doctor again, and it turned out I had a yeast infection, which I had suspected. But here in Japan, you cannot buy yeast infection medication over the counter. You have to see a doctor. As far as I know, from my research, that's how it works. So, at this point, I have to go back into the chair, the space chair, get lift up, bottom drops out, so the doctor can put the medication in that he has to for a yeast infection, because I can't do it myself, because that's how it works here. So, that's all fine and dandy, and I leave. And at this point, I forgot to pay, because I'm so used to, like, I had to book another appointment 2 weeks later for medication again. I booked my appointment on the little machine, and I left, because that's what I'm used to doing. So, I left, and I was on my way to meet some friends in Tokyo, so I get on the train, and suddenly I'm halfway to Tokyo on the train, and I get a phone call from the gynecology clinic, and they're like, I knew it was them, because their name came up on my phone, and I got off the train, because I was like, that's weird that they're calling, what would they want? So I got off the train, because I didn't want to answer my train on my phone on the train. I answered the phone, and they're like, hey, you didn't pay us. It's like, oh my god, so embarrassing. But they agreed to let me pay the following week when I was in next time. So I did, and all that, and it was fine. And after another week, I went back, and I got them 2 weeks, 1 week, I can't remember, got the medication again, and I'm all fine. But that is my experience with the gynecologist in Japan. Space chair, very interesting. Probably the least painful pap test I've ever had. Couldn't really feel anything down there. I don't know if that's just the doctor I have, or how they do it here, or if it's like the position you're sitting in instead of laying down. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's my experience. And if you guys have an experience here at the gynecology clinic and you want to let me know about it, you can put it in the comments or make your own video. Yeah, I know some of my friends have experience with ultrasound wand that they insert in to see everything, which I did not get to experience, but that's different. I don't think we have those in Canada either. So, again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative, or at least funny. Please, go ahead, laugh at my misfortune. Yeast infections. Yay. Anyway, thank you for watching my video, and have a great day.